Okay. Vader Games in the building. Let me take the music off. First things first, my peoples come first. My people still here, my people no longer here. Always remembered, loved, thought of. Now, we got another show, Vader Games TV. This is the newest episode. This is episode 101. Episode 101. We've cracked the century mark. We're moving. We're getting episodes out. We're doing this. Now, we're going to cover a few things. All of these topics right here on the left-hand side is what I'm going to cover. All right. And as you know, and let me make sure I put this on screen. As you know, I'm going to spend 5 minutes. I'm going to have to edit this. I'm going to spend 5 minutes per topic. So I'm going to keep it flowing. I'm going to keep the show going. All right. I'm not going to be on here dragging things out, over talking points. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to make this nice and clean. So let me move this before I do this change. You can see what's happening here. Let me know in the comments if my levels are good. I noticed that my microphone was clipping a little bit. I don't like that at all. Let me adjust the microphone here. Apologize for that. You see, I'm going to spend 5 minutes per topic. We've got the 115 news show. I'll speak on that a little bit. I may not spend the entire 5 minutes, but we got the 115 news show. Hopefully you guys have caught it. There's been 2 episodes so far. Hopefully you guys have caught that. And we got these other topics to tackle. And I've been doing a few features. I don't know if you guys have been catching me. I've been American Waffle. Shout out to my man StaffyTV. Do that once a week on Mondays. You know what I mean? Got to do the appearance. And then on Tuesday, sometimes it fluctuates depending on the day. But then on Tuesday, I've got Mandem. Myself, Flawless, SarcasmTV, Mandem with the city. Me represent city, him representing United. We do our thing on Tuesdays. So hopefully you guys catch me. You catch those features. You see where I'm at. You hear what I'm trying to bring something different. All right. I know there's a lot of content out there. There's a lot. And I listen, respect to all of it. Love it all. I consume it myself. All I'm doing is giving my perspective. I hope you find it unique. I hope you find it different. And I hope you find it entertaining, because at the end of the day, it's about being entertained. Let me go to the comments, because I do this every time. I got to recognize the first. Who's first in the building, showing love, showing support. Vader Games TV. I see I got 11 of y'all already right now watching. If you happen to be on Twitter X, listen, on Twitter X, take a second, go to YouTube. Hit that algorithm, that like button. Hit that like button. That like button does some 1s and 0 magic. All right, to get the word out. Helps with this channel. I'm gonna shout out the very first person showing love today. All right, Dre P in the building. Dre P, much love. Fans get too antsy. Fans have been getting antsy. Dre P, we got 4 games left. They say City plays better without Haaland. Crazy. I saw no evidence of that. Listen, don't overreact to that, Dre. I know what you're saying. And Haaland have to adjust, set ridiculously high standards and expectations. Listen, Haaland went on a madness last season. Last season, Haaland was scoring goals for fun, getting hat tricks, back-to-back hat tricks. He was doing crazy. To set the expectations on that, on Haaland and City performing at that level again, it's unrealistic. Honestly, I know it gets said a lot about getting figured out, getting found out. There's a part of that. Any opponent that you have, they're going to adjust and not play you the same way they played you the previous game. We know that. So to do what we did last season back to back, it's going to be really difficult. And obviously we've seen it. We're not pursuing a trouble, and a trouble was magical. But to replicate what you did last season, ridiculous expectations. Pinto in the building. Big up, Vader. Listen, love, support, always appreciate it. You know what we're covering today, and these aren't indirects. These aren't indirects. I love what's happening in the world of hip hop right now with Dre and Kendrick. All hip hop related. I love that. I love the competitiveness. Right? There's not going to be any indirects. I'm talking to you, rivals. I'm talking to you, rivals. I'll let you know. If I'm talking to any rival fan, whether it's on YouTube or Twitter X, I'm going to say your name. I'm going to address you. I'm going to tell you exactly, I heard so-and-so say this, and this is what I'm responding to. Y'all know where to find me? Y'all can find me right here in the comments, right? No excuses. StaffyTV fraud watch, that can't be directed to me because I move legit, move official, all right? I'm not wearing a referee jersey right now, but if I were, legit. No mess ups here. No frauds. Sean C, you know what it is. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to address this. No player is bigger than the club. No player FC. None of that. Player FC is moving a little too loose these days. All these conversations, right? About this player having to be more important than the manager, or this player needs to be catered to or planned around. Nah, we ain't doing that. NS Sports TV, you know what it is. Thanks for the support. Every comment helps. So if you can be a part of it, even if it's just to say what up, even if it's to say Vader, I agree, even if it's to say Vader, I disagree, do it. Interact with the channel. Much appreciated. If you haven't subbed yet, and I cracked, look, large up. I broke 500. I broke 500. All right, 500 plus subs on my way to 1K. Need to make this happen. The love's been tremendous. The DMs, the comments. I know y'all messing with me. I know y'all like the difference that I bring in terms of how I interact, how I'm on these shows. So listen, I know you mess with me, mess with this channel. All right, do that. Yo, bless, big up. Now, let me tackle this really quickly, and I'm gonna start the timer just so you guys know everything's legit here. All right. Let me start this timer so you know everything's legit, and let me also do this so we can do a proper timestamp. Vader game. 115. I'm embracing this 115. If y'all don't know, 115. 115 charges, alleged breaches. All right, they're not all FFP, but they're breaches with regards to the FA. We got to deal with it. I'm not hiding away. I'm not shying away from this 115. Some of y'all rivals think the only reason why you're not winning, you're not being able to compete is because of the 115. Okay, that only relates if the only club that's beating you is City. If your failures happen to be behind other clubs, can't just blame the 115. You can't just blame Manchester City. So look at yourself in the mirror. Be accountable. All right. You're not finishing second to City. You're sometimes finishing third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Listen, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. So deal with that. But this 115, I'm embracing it. One question for 15 minutes. Hence the 115. One question, 15 minutes. 115. And next show, let me do this. Let me do this. Next show is going to be on one of the following, and you can be a part of this. The next show, the next show is this. The next show is, ignore the timer. This show hasn't started. Those of you just tuning in, no, I'm not doing 115 just yet, but I'm showing you the next conversation. Why is City Pep football boring? I'm going to address that. I'm going to answer it. And you might be surprised. You might be surprised at the answer that you get. But 115 is the show moving forward. I hope y'all mess with that. I hope y'all interact with it. You can dictate what the next questions are and what the next questions will be moving forward. So after I deal with the why, why is City Pep football boring, I'm going to deal with one of these questions here. Why United fans been the problem since Alex Ferguson? Hasn't been the managers, hasn't been the Glazers. Why it's been the fans? I'm going to deal with that. Why Spurs should be studied. Shout out to my man Jacob, all right? Alan, Jay, shout out to all you. Why Spurs actually need to be studied. I'm going to break that down. All of these questions, you have a chance to decide on what gets broken down next and be a part of that after I deal with this. Why is City Pep football boring? Absolute frauds. Absolute frauds. But I'm going to deal with that. Now, I'll adjust this and let's get into it. My city people. Let's address this. Let's address this nice and clean. City win versus Nottingham Forrest. Woo wee! Clean sheet, 2 goals. You know what it is. You know what it is when we have to win a title. You know what it is when you just got to be focused and you got to deal with the match that's in front of you. I don't need it to be pretty. I don't need it to be sexy. I don't need it to be entertaining. I just need the 3 points. And Forrest was tough because we had 3 days turnaround. Y'all think, Vader with his little every game's tough gimmick. Vader moving like he's Pep. Nah, I respect the competition. I respect this Prem. When it's been Champions League, I respect Champions League. There are no easy wins. There are no, it's given you should be winning this. Ask Liverpool. Ask Liverpool fans if you can just look at the fixture list and then say, I'm getting 3 points. Ask them. Right? Look at the competition that they've had this season. And as arrogant as Arsenal fans have been, ask them if they can just look at the fixture list and say, yeah, this is a gimme. This is 3 points. It's not that easy, and I respect it, and I understand it. The Forest game, 3 points, was much needed. 3 days after playing earlier in the week, I'm taking that, and I'm moving on. What I love seeing, and I noticed that the talkers aren't as loud anymore. Those that wanted to hate on me and tell me that Gavardio was a bad signing, I ain't hearing you. I'm not hearing your voices that much anymore. I'm not hearing this city wasted a follow-up to a treble season with their signings. Gavardio, worth every penny. And he's worth every penny because of what he does defensively. I ain't moving like you fraud Liverpool fans trying to hype up a defender that's effective in the attack. That's effective in everything but defending. Nah, Gavardio is getting the praise because of what he does defensively. He's actually playing out of position at left back, and he's been so good. You can tell that he's learning. You can tell that he's developing, and it's bonus that he's giving us goals. More so, I do expect on set pieces, corners in particular, for my defenders to contribute with some header goals. Right, being in that position. Usually some of the taller players on that pitch. I expect them to get on the end of view. Gavardio and that acute angle, the way he's able to head that in was not easy, made it look easy. Take that. And this no player is bigger than the club. No player FC. I'm seeing a lot of it amongst you Liverpool fans. I'm seeing a lot of it with regards to how the whole Salah and Klopp conversation went. Salah should have never shown any disrespect to his manager. Final season, last dance, whatever you want to call it. Salah should have never shown that. Salah should have also realized if he's a gunman, if he's a shatta, if he's a shooter, if he's any of those things, and he's being subbed on with 11 minutes left in the game, handle business. You know what my striker did? You know what Erling Haaland, Prem goal scoring leader, record holder, he got subbed on. And in 9 minutes contributed, got a goal. Salah should not be looking down his nose on anything, should not be like, I'm above this, I'm better than this. If you're asked to get on that pitch with 11 minutes in the game, make an impact. Impose your will. You know what this season means to your manager, to you, or what it should mean to you. You know what it should mean to your club, to your city, to Liverpool? 11 minutes, handle your business. Haaland got on there and within 9 minutes scored a goal. Secured that win for us. No player is bigger than the club. No player FC. I don't move with no player FC. Listen, and I've seen some greats at my club. But there is no, you're bigger than the club. None. Salah was mad fraudulent for what he did on that sideline. I respect Klopp for how he dealt with it, kept that in-house, nice and quiet, moved on beyond it. But nah, if you're If you're dangerous, you handle your business. You handle your business. And I'm going to speak more on this with regards to Haaland in particular because he's been mad disrespected. Vader game. Now, my man Haaland is and deserves the praise. Stop with this nonsense. Stop with these talks about footballing ability. Stop with this. Has he been figured out? Stop with this. Is he actually good for City? Guys, at least be intelligent. Like, you know what? I got to get the crew back together. I got to get my City peoples, my fellas, Gundalorian, Klilnical, True City fan Patrick, Don Smoke. I got to get Pablo. I got to get Martin. I got to get my peeps back together. We got to get the CIA back together again. Set intelligent agendas because there's some lazy agendas out there. You can't go after Haaland, man. You look dumb. You look dumb. I understand that you want to talk about what footballing ability, build up play, things aesthetically, how, what you like, what you prefer. You know what I want? I want effectiveness. You can compare him to whatever other players, other strikers. Keep doing that. All I know is until I had Haaland, I couldn't win the Champions League. Until I had Haaland, I didn't have goal scoring like this in terms of setting the world on fire, setting the league on fire, and exceeding a goal scoring record that stood for decades. I'm not even talking about the Salah goal scoring record because that was with regards to 38 games played. Haaland broke a longer record. Go back and look it up. Haaland's been that dude. I should have started that clock, my bad. But Haaland's been that dude. And I need you guys to stop disrespecting him or continue disrespecting him. I really don't care. I know what he means to my club. I also notice a difference. Y'all remain on mute. And I'm not taking any shots because this is no player FC. And I understand the differences between players. Julian Alvarez, fantastic. Love this signing. I love his signing. I love his versatility. But you can see that there's a difference between how teams play us, how we play, and what we're able to do with him at striker versus Haaland. Haaland has his place. Haaland is that guy. There's a different fear with Haaland. There's a different level of player attention that happens with Haaland. The man's 6+. That's a different threat. There's different things you need to do defensively. The man he's blistering fast, as much as you guys may not agree. He is that dangerous, and teams play a certain way against that. You have to respect it. Haaland only needed 9 minutes in that game in Forrest. He's been coming off of injury. Y'all keep talking about him like he's not that guy because he's been injury plagued this season. And it's smart because we need to manage him well. We know we're going to need him. 4 games remaining in this league. We're going to need Haaland 100%. Y'all continue to disrespect him. 9 minutes is all that he needed. And he was effective and scored that goal. And you know what? Yeah, you guys are going to downplay and not even give it the attention that he needs. But I saw him. He scored that goal. Made you think he was going to shoot it with his left because he is left-footed. Brought it back to the right and scored it. Placed it. Calm in front of goal. That's what you need. Scoring is the most difficult thing to do. And when he does it at the rate that he does it, you guys want to minimize it. Let me go to these comments real quick because I want to show love because you guys are interacting with the show. Blue Heart goes, hello, Vader, and the chat. It's 5:15 p.m. here in Manchester. Hope you are well. Hope you are all well. As for Pep's football, I love it. Never bores me. Trust me, Blue Heart, we're going to break it down. And it's not just going to be a feeling like all this feely stuff. No, I'm going to break it down and explain why. Because there's also a case of chicken and the egg. There's also a case of cause and effect. Shout out to my man. Is it Kurdish? I might be wrong. Apologies, Twitter X Spaces. But shout out to the root cause. There's a root cause. There's a root cause with regards to Pep ball. There's a cause and effect, and we're gonna have to break that down properly. Um, and I think that Pep's ball is actually it's been a great thing for the sport. City and its level of dominance has been a great thing for the sport. No different than when it was a great thing for when United were doing it. Unless you guys want to be hypocrites, unless you rivals want to look at it differently now that this dominance is happening in a nice blue shirt. I keep getting reminded. I need to stop calling it jerseys. My North American part of me calling it jerseys. I need to call it shirts. All right, kits. All right, my bad. Tom, my piece. My bad. Sean C. drew there last year with a better performance. That's true. Blue Heart. But I do love the fact that our challengers are forced to say anything. Because we are just so good. Sometimes they just gotta take it. They just gotta deal with it. They just gotta accept it. There's nothing that they can do other than get better, and that's what you want. You don't want things dumbed down. You want things to continue to elevate, improve. Things getting more sophisticated isn't a bad thing. Things becoming more complicated, even more refined, is a good thing. At least the way I see it. That could just be me. Now, no player is bigger than the club. No player FC. And you guys can hear it. I know you can. You're all educated. Y'all been around. Y'all know when you hear player FC talk, player FC movements, right? Because the arguments aren't rational. Some of the talking points, they don't add up. They seem to be inconsistent. They're good for this player, not good for that player. I'm going to break this down with regards to no player is bigger than the club. And this might be a tough truth. This might be a tough truth for City fans, not just rivals, for City fans to hear. We have to do what's best for this club. We have to do what's best for our chances at success. All right. And sometimes that means, and Pep's shown us this, sometimes that means a player temporarily playing out of position, a player doing something more important for the team, the squad, than it is for them individually, their individual success, right? Sometimes it's not a matter of you continuing to do what you're best at, but you to be challenged to improve on something you're not quite good at yet, right? So that's going to get discussed, and it's going to be a tough truth. Let's get it. Vader game. Before I do this, let me actually go to the comments. I started this. As for no player is bigger than the club, it's true. However, much the player is adored by the fan, the club and the supporters come first for me. No, true. There's going to be how much you care about a player, what that player's done for you over the past, what that player has kind of done off the pitch. All that is valuable. All that is huge. And again, when you want to talk about credit and bank, 100%. But that needs to remain in the proper perspective. I am not having any player getting an advantage that's at the detriment of the club. Should never work that way, because it will never stop. You can't do it for one and not the other. Now, with regards to what assignments happen on the pitch, what instructions one player has versus the other player, yeah, of course. Of course, that's a given. Not all players are supposed to be doing the same thing. But when it comes time to maybe disciplinary reasons, when it comes time to player rotation, you do what's best for the club. Blue Heart. With City fans, any fans, it's the players with passion that show passion for the team that get power from the fans. Yeah, it's a two-way street. This is where many people don't recognize this. And this is for I guess some of the fans that may not have had an opportunity to been match going, or they've kind of lost touch after attended some matches before, but there is a direct there is a direct synergy. There's a direct connection between fan reaction, player action, and the back and forth. When you have the roar of the crowd, that fan energy, it means something. It does something. And players that show passion, show grit, show fight, there's a reason why we love Bernardo Silva, that pit bull. We love that energy, that tenacity, that grit, that don't give up. We love that, right? There's a reason why, even when we see that relentless attacking style that we see from KDB, healthy, we're like, that's our guy. We see how Company used to get in on those tackles, not care, put his body on the line, cost them. We've seen that with so many players. The list can go on. But yeah, there's that connection with us and the fans, and we're just like, yeah, I root for him. I'm gonna give him some time. I'm gonna give him a bly. I agree with you, Blue Heart. Sorry, I feel like no, don't worry. Don't worry, man. You're Blue Heart, you're good. Let's be honest with Erling. He's the goal machine. He's not a Rodri, KDB, or Phil. He gets the goals. The others create the pass for the goals. Facts. Haaland doesn't need to be every player. He doesn't need to be the complete player. Is there a complete goal scorer that we see out there? Is there anyone that scores goals like he does? No. So the fact that there's elements of his game that need to kind of adjust, if there's elements of his game that he relies on from others, are you going to hate on that? It's dumb. You don't hate on that. You recognize him for the player that he is at 23 years old. He's not complete. If he was complete, or the day that he does become complete, that's going to be scary. That is going to be scary settings. But I understand what Haaland is. And I've seen a lot of players that can't even do a fraction of what he does. There's some goal scorers out there, but not at the rate that he does it. And we've been blessed because before him, we had Aguero. And before him, we were what? We had some dangers in Dzeko. We had some dangers in Tevez. We had some dangers in Balotelli. Aguero was a beast. Feed the Goat was a beast. We've been blessed with scorers, with attackers. So we need to relax and understand what Haaland is. I'm gonna put a star in this, but I want to get into this Grealish combo. Let's start the clock on it. Grealish and the possible move. I know it's been discussed. I know it's been expressed, and it's going to be a difficult one to actually kind of handle if kind of like the rumors are true, because potentially this summer we could lose Bernardo Silva. That's a real possibility. Listen, don't stress out over it. He's been tremendous for us. We need to appreciate what he's done while here. If he happens to move on, he moves on. But Bernardo Silva might be out the door. And this move with regards to Grealish, a little surprised to hear it. I think if that means that he's going, then we're probably seeing a little more trust being given to Oscar Bob. We're probably definitely seeing more incomings, right? And the incomings, that list keeps growing. Rumors are wild. But if Grealish happens to have to make a move, I'm looking at his time at City and I'm appreciative for it. I've like many have wanted a little more from him in terms of on the attacking side, like if you want to say that Aston Villa side, but again, he's not playing quite in that role or even that position, so I can't hold him to it. But if he happens to have to make a move, I'm gonna wish him all the best. And I think the rumors are a little premature. I think we need to see a lot more with regards to incomings if that happens to be the case. But the rumor mills are constant. Now, for those that kind of think that Jack didn't get to express himself, didn't get a chance to show his full potential at City. Yes, I'll be the first to admit Pep's got a plan, Pep's got a system, you got to play within it. And Jack has room within that plan to be expressive, to be him. He was the first to admit year one. So many great players around me. He's looking at Gundogan. He's looking at KDB. He's looking at Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Foden. And he's like, you know what? There's a part where he was hesitant. He didn't want to lose possession. He was in his head a little bit. That's natural. It's natural when you're amongst so much quality. And the reason why I put this image up is because, one, I think it really magnifies the importance of no one's greater than the club. No player FC. Look at the players here. Look at the players trusted, right? You don't see a KDB here. You don't see a Foden here. Look at what you're seeing on this pitch. You're not seeing Alvarez. You're not seeing Stones. There's a reason why I want to put this image up, because I think it's a great example of no player being greater than the club and each player needing to be trusted. Some managers are learning this lesson the tough way. Some managers are realizing that their rotation needs to be more than 11 or 12 players. Look at what Pep was able to do. Look at who he's trusted in. And these are being players that have been questioned often, whether they were the right signings for us. But I bring this all up because we're going to have to trust other players. We're going to have to continue to do that, whether Jack stays or whether he leaves. But his time at City, I think it's been really good. He's been expressive. He's been given that license to do what he needs to do in that final third. Whether he's done it, though, that's another story. But we know what he's hammered down. He's told us, I'm setting up this system for you guys to efficiently, with the best control possible, get you in that final third. Get you to be able to put the opposition under pressure, force them within that final third, that 18-yard box, and then you show me your magic. Show me your 1-2 connection with the remaining players. Show me how you're going to break down a certain player. I want to emphasize that Grealish has been given the license to do it. I think he'd be the first to admit year one, he didn't take his chances. Year two, I think he was brilliant. Could have given us a little more on the attacking end, but obviously what Pep wanted from him, he was delivering. And this season, he's been a little injury prone, unfortunately. I'm not going to say he partied a little too much, but coming back, he wasn't quite ready. Grealish, skill set, much needed. Him getting out his head, attacking more, putting that ball on that right foot, going for, that finesse shot, going for the far post, doing a little more of that. We want that. We want that from him. And then I'm going to go to the comments because I see the love. Mike Dawes in the building. He's an op, but listen, I respect his opinion. He's growing that mustache. Very nice, ladies. Go check him out. He features on StaffyTV, American Waffle. And I'm going to, before the show ends, I'm going to get my man on the show. We're going to have the proper breakdown. But Jack, I hope he doesn't go. I don't want too many changes. I thought we had too many changes this season after the trouble with Gundogan leaving, Mahrez leaving. Thought it was a little too much. I don't want the same thing to happen if we happen to lose Bernardo Silva and we happen to lose Jack. But we'll deal with that. Let me also go to the comments because I see the support and the love. It's been tremendous. Blue Heart reminds me, listen, Tevez and Dzeko, we've had some pure quality. I agree with you. Oh, my bad. The kid's successor, he goes, hey, Vader, sorry to bother you, but my Marvin account is still... who did that? Listen, if any of the mods are still in the building, Dre P, if you're still able, can you look to see why the Marvin account was blocked? And I'm going to try to do that post-show. My bad, the kid's successor. I'm going to try and fix that a little later. Blue Heart goes, personally, I rate Jack so highly. His ability to keep and hold the ball and possession for me is priceless. Fingers crossed he stays. I hope he stays. I don't want too many changes, and I think there's still another level for him to get to. I think there's that attacking side that I think he can still express himself. And between him, Haaland, even him and that game that he plays between him and KDB and Rodri, I think he could be dangerous. DC in the building. Hi, Vader. Hi, everyone. Love to the chat. DC, good to see you. She goes, Blue Heart, speaking straight facts as per usual. That's what it is. Now, Shades of Blue Network, if you have not, If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. Great content on Thursdays, typically, as well as what they happen to do on Twitter. So show them some love. I'm looking to do a feature before the season's out on that channel as well. So much love out there. Come on, Cite. Let's go. We got to get it. We got to get it. Now, no player is bigger than the club. No player FC. Let's not do this, City fans. I'm talking to you guys directly. Let's not do this. All right? Let's not pit any player against another player. Let's not pit any player that's supposed to be more important than the club. Pep sees these players every day. He's challenging these players every day. Yeah, maybe we'll disagree whether they're playing in their best position, but the man has a plan. Got to respect it. Now I'm going to take this off screen, and we're going to get into the next topic. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Again, if you have not subscribed to the channel, do so. Do so. Don't make me have to repeat this. It's free. You don't got to do anything for it. You just got to go over to the app, look up Vader Games TV and YouTube, follow my channel, hit subscribe, notifications, and then you know when I'm live. You know what the convo happens to be. You know what we get at. All right? I have these guys on the screen because look at what they've delivered this season. Look at what we're on the verge to do. We're on the verge to do something absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm going to talk about, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this whole Vader game. Let's talk about this whole Arsenal top of the league versus Spurs. And listen, I'm going to start the clock. I ain't hating. I'm not hating. Don't start any of that. Don't start any of that. Arsenal are top of the league and deservingly so. Seeing a lot more fight in them than I saw last season. And I think not only me as an op can say that, I think them as a fan base can agree to it. And I think rivals can also see this. It's 3 games left for them, 4 games left for us. They're top of the league. We just got to keep handling business. But they handled business just this past weekend. They played against Spurs, which was a big game. A lot when they were looking at the fixture list and telling us who's got the tougher schedule, who's got to deal with what. They said that this Spurs game was going to be tough. And it should have been. One could argue that it was. I think Arsenal had the first half on lock. They had that in control. I think they were gifted that first goal. What that own goal header is absolutely crazy to me. But then you can argue also in the second half that Spurs were gifted a goal because Rhea, where are you kicking that to? Did you slip? Did you misjudge the height? He gifted Spurs a goal, got them back into the game, and I am not hating Arsenal fans. I'm not. You should not care what that performance was. You should not care how that looked. None whatsoever. You got the result, the 3 points. That's it. You move. That's all that matters at this point. Spurs, yeah, you get that bragging rights. You get that London turf war stuff that y'all like to do, right? London is who's, all that kind of stuff. You do that. But more importantly, you get the 3 points, you move. 3 points, you move. I think Spurs are going to be dangerous next season. Dangerous in a sense where I think they're going to be comfortably fighting in that top 4. And depending on how Ange does, I think there's potential for one of those domestic trophies. So I ain't hating on Ange too much. This whole high line, what's he doing against Arsenal? That high line actually benefited him. That high line actually, I mean, yes, it cost him that goal versus Saka. And Saka, listen, y'all think this back and forth star boy stuff. I don't do that. I leave that to you guys to kind of do that. But I have to say this. Not quite to the same degree. Don't get me wrong, because you knew that Robin was going to put it back on his left. No matter what. Outside the 18-yard box, inside the 18-yard box, he got that on this left. You know where that ball was going. I have to say, Saka and how he puts his players to sleep, how he keeps his players guessing, but he wants to get it back on that left. Quality goal. But the high line that Ange and Spurs were doing, that really didn't cost them. It actually put Arsenal under some pressure, made them uncomfortable, was the reason why Rhea, I think, gave that pass up poorly. He wasn't really punished that much. The set piece got him. 2 set pieces, 1 own goal and 1 run from Arsenal being able to deliver on. The high verse gets over talked about, gets exaggerated in my opinion. The manager obviously has a philosophy. I don't think it cost him in this one. And he's going to refine it. I think with the right players, and this is why Spurs fans are probably more comfortable. They're not stressing out. They're not looking at this as like, oh, I need this manager out. I don't trust him. I think with the right players, better quality, his system's going to cook. The system's going to be problematic. It's a brave one, and I got to rate him for that. I got to rate him for the brave setup. Blue Heart. Well, let me go. I don't want to go back to that one. My bad, Blue Heart. I was going to talk about the whole Jack stuff, but Shades goes Carabao Cup. I think with regards to potential domestic trophies that Spurs can win. A domestic title. Nah. I'm not talking domestic title. No, I'm not going that far. Baby steps for Spurs for sure. But the fact that they're financially stable, secure, they can get a little braver when they have a trust in a manager. I think Spurs will be a problem. Blue Heart goes, come on, guys. A thumbs up is like a smile, all for free. Give Vader some guy. Listen, appreciate that. Any like and any comment goes a tremendous way. Honestly, this is what I would ask of you, any of you on YouTube, if you can. Check out any of my previous videos. If you have not seen them, let's say the last 2 or 3, just check out the topics. Just see what I speak about. Just see what I set things up. You happen to like that, make sure you subscribe and you catch the next ones, because you know there's going to be some consistency. You know what I'm going to be addressing moving forward. There's no bait and switch. There's no clickbait. What I put on screen is what I discuss, what I get to. Now, the only thing that I'll be honest with you, before I actually came up with the timing with regards to the topics, all right, I'm gonna be honest with you, is that I would run long. I would be long-winded. I wouldn't say ramble, because I do enjoy speaking, and whether I get features from Mancuginue, I get features from Gundalorian or True City fans. Sometimes we'd get in the combo. You know, I remember Gundo, Klilnical, and Don Smoke. It should have been like a 30-minute show, ended up being like an hour and a half. It was wild. Like it gets that way sometimes. But please subscribe, show some love, hit that like button, comment, and if you're catching this on the replay, if you didn't catch this live, share your thoughts. Say, Vader, I agree. Vader, you're talking trash. You're crazy. You're rambling. Be a part of the show. Now, Liverpool fans, if you happen to be in the chat, you may not want to listen to this one. Vader game. You may not want to be a part of this one. But on my few features, I've been speaking about this for a minute now. Liverpool, I was told y'all were branded. Y'all spoke with some of the biggest chests out there with regards to this season. Shout out to my man Ariam. Ariam said, despite not having a 6, he's winning. He's winning this league this year. He also said he's doing a back-to-back. He thought he was Drake. He was going to do a back-to-back. Win this season, win next season. Shout out to Ariam. But all that chess that I was hearing from Liverpool fans, all that big chess must have been CGI. Must have been all artificial. Must have been all online stuff. Online, you can move crazy. You can talk crazy. Because the monster mentalities have been monster minions right now. The talk has been weak. It's shifted so much. And I don't even recognize it. Liverpool, not only do they have a lot of rumors, a lot of conversations about the incoming manager. Slot is supposed to be coming in. All right? Slot's supposed to be coming in. They're already focused on next season. They're already focused on what's happening in the transfer window. They're already talking about who might remain. They're not even speaking about this remaining season. The mentality monsters that I was told about. It's actually wild to me on how much things have changed. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do my best because time zone wise, things get a little difficult. But Mike Dawes and I are going to have to break this down. Respect his opinion. I don't always agree with it, but I respect his opinion. All right, because it's not just a whim. It's not just a thought. Like he actually takes his time and thinks about it. But as I look at Liverpool, already focused on next season, they've got Spurs this Sunday at home. They've got away at Villa, and then the last game, May 19th, the last day for Klopp, is against Wolves. These fans aren't even talking about any of these 3 remaining games. These fans aren't even talking about like whether they're important. Obviously, I think the point gap wise, they're not expected to lose all 3 of those. And even if they were, I don't think we're gonna see such a final 3 games from Aston Villa to surpass them, right? Because 9 points would make that. Yeah, they're not. I don't think that's even remotely happening. So Spurs are already focused on next season, and I don't like that attitude in particular. I don't think you should be looking at the season like that, especially when it's your final manager. You want to kind of like, even though it may not mean anything in the grand scheme of things, you want to win for your manager. You want to continue winning. You want to actually showcase. You want to debut. You want to audition. For this incoming manager as well. Stark in the building. Big up, Vader. Love your content. Much love. Much love. Um, is that How I Met Your Mother, Abby? That's hilarious. But I don't like how Liverpool fans are already moving. I don't like that. The season's not over yet. These mentality monsters moving like minions conceded this league again. And then when you think of it, like, I know there's no chance of this happening with regards to Arsenal, but they're going to be finishing behind Arsenal for a second season in a row. Their manager who expressed being tired, and rightfully so. That's how he feels. That's how he feels. But he's going to be finishing behind in Arteta. That has nothing to do with 115, Liverpool fans. You guys finishing behind Arsenal, it's not City's fault. So the way the fan base is moving, the way they've given up on this season, has been absolutely disgusting. I'm very surprised by it. Some of the conversations in the spaces, we're gonna have to really get into it. But how do you focus on next season with 3 games to go as Liverpool? I get it. I get it if you're another club. I get it. No disrespect, United fans. I get it if you're already thinking about next season. But then, even then, I'm like, you should be thinking about next season. You still have an FA final to deal with. You still have a potential to get in that 5th position, right? So, Liverpool, how quickly has it turned around? And then there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees on you focusing on next season that success next season is happening. It's a completely new manager. I hope none of you guys are talking about challenging. I hope none of you are doing that. Blue Heart, I sort of get Liverpool's fadeaway. You get that. Hold on. Let me read more. Their future is going through change again, but they got the Carabao. You're right. They have already won next season. Trouble. All right, 1 second. I got to deal with Sorry about that. I, I sneak away to do this show in between of a work day, and I had to accept that work call. So apologies on that one. Just wanted to let you know, guys. This is a thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Listen, all of you on Twitter X, man, take the second. Go to Vader Games TV on YouTube. Hit the like button. Do it. Do it right now. All right, that's my angry voice. Do it right now. Now, DC, if we do the 4P, still an if. I don't want to hear about Farmers League. Arsenal had chances last year. Liverpool had chances this year. Listen, DC, I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna come back to it. And I'm gonna address what Stark has to say. He goes, Darwin Núñez scapegoating is hilarious. No one is talking about defense failures. Lead by Van Dijk. Stark, I said this on the football terrace. And they tried to change the conversation. They didn't want me to have it, right? And I like going on that show because sometimes I know I'm bringing a different perspective. You can see the anti-city angles on there, so I need to be there. I need to be there to do my thing. Me, Professor, True City fan, got to do our things. LB does his, and Nobbins, they do their thing as well. But everybody wants a scapegoat. When we talk about player FC, then there's the player scapegoating, the player problems, instead of addressing the club. They've been surrendering, and you hear this when you watch the games. You notice this when you watch. They surrendering the first goal or going down early, often, crazy. And then they want to talk about what they're not doing offensively. Well, look at what you're not doing defensively. Look at what you're not doing. You're conceding. Look at how you're not defending. You're conceding goals. You're making life difficult now where you're going to need 2-3 goals to actually win this game because your defense is so leaky. And all of you guys, and this is what it's funny. When you point, look at this. When you point, one finger's pointing. These three are pointing right back at you. Liverpool fans were quick to tell me, City don't look like City this season. Even non-Liverpool fans. Let me talk to Judge Mo right now because he thinks he can move as a neutral. Judge Mo wanted to tell me City ain't City. City don't look like their trouble self. Well, of course we don't look like our trouble self. But as much as you want to talk about what City's doing, look at what Liverpool's doing or not doing. Their defense been looking leaky. They've been surrendering goals. And you know what the difference is? What used to be their best attack in the league, right? Their forwards doing their thing. The goals dried up. Things got exposed. And what should have been the attention with regards to the defense now gets scapegoated, like my man mentioned, started scapegoating Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz. Absolutely pathetic. I agree with you, Stark. Absolutely pathetic. Now let's get into this last topic because it's really important. And DC had this popping off early. Let me move this. Vader game. This is an important conversation. And this is going to go above a lot of y'all heads. I already know it. I already know the level of sophistication, right? I already know the level of deep thought. Taking a moment. Sensory deprivation, right? Put your phone away. Put it on silent. Go for a walk. Take some nice deep breaths. Inhale. Get the air. Just drink water. Purities. Focus, clear thought. Rivals, do this. Take a minute. Take away all the distractions. Just drink water. Go for a nice walk. Sweat. Burn off some calories. And just be with your thoughts. Close your eyes. Sit down. Think. Focus on your breathing. For the football world. For English football. Manchester City winning this 4-peat is what needs to happen for the football world. Arsenal fans, I know you're not going to want to hear this because you guys want to win. You guys want to win a title. It's been 20 years. Okay? You're thirsty. You haven't had any cups for a while. Not the big cups. You've had an FA Cup, I get that, but recently you haven't had one of the big cups. You're thirsty. You know, you gotta keep taking sips from a little cup. You're thirsty. You need this. I get it. But everybody else, this four-peat needs to happen. Manchester City need to get this four-peat. I'm gonna give you a few reasons why. All right. And yes, I'm speaking in my dramatic voice. All right. I'm speaking like this because you guys need to listen. If you happen to be watching and not listening, the change in voice is going to have your attention. All right. It's simple psychology. But Manchester City winning this four-peat, it will put every United fan on permanent mute. Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, think about it. It will put every United fan on mute. As soon as a United fan wants to talk all big and bad, they want to talk about three-peat, they want to talk about trouble, they're going to talk and be silent, because you know what you're going to do, rivals? You're going to be like, why are you bragging about a three-peat when City got a four-peat? Your own neighbors, the noisy neighbors. Sir Alex Ferguson said it would never happen in his lifetime. All that kind of stuff. What? Listen, just that alone, it's worth it. The four-peat puts United fans on mute. You know what it also does? Liverpool fans, listen. Klopp's final season, last dance. He's walking out of here. Unfortunately, he's walking out with a Carabao Cup. You want him walking out with a Carabao, and you want Arsenal fans to be able to talk and show armpits and celebrate winning the league, not on his farewell. Let Arsenal win it next season. Then it doesn't hit like that. That it's not as painful. That it's not that gut check. For the right of the football world, for the balance, everybody should be rooting for City to win this four-peat. Because another thing that this does, this four-peat will also say, what's there left for Pep to do? What is left for Pep to do? He's won a four-peat. He's exceeded what Sir Alex Ferguson's done. Is he going to be able to maintain this level? Players are getting older. Maybe Pep's like, my contract is up 2025. I don't re-up. I don't do a +1 or a 1.5. I don't do a +1 and a 1 possible. I don't do a 1 and 1. I do a, we got this four-peat. Never seen this in English football. And farewell. Liverpool fans, rival fans, you need to be looking at it that way. Arsenal fans, the way you guys have been talking, you know that you're not going anywhere. You're building on this. No one expected you to challenge last season, and you did it. You're challenged again this season when everybody said you're going to fall off. Not me, but everybody said you're going to fall off. Four-peat. Four-peat for City. Benefits all rivals that are United rivals. Benefits Liverpool, because Liverpool can't have Klopp going out with a Carabao and Arteta winning one. And then it benefits all rivals that hate what City and Pep have been able to do. Because Pep is going to be one more trophy, one more accomplishment, and out the door. I'm speaking sense. Y'all need to really think about this. Rivals, your energy is directed the wrong way. United fans, I get it. But even you United fans, you guys don't want Pep. You don't want Pep to remain here, to stick around? If he doesn't win this four-peat, you think he's going out, losing a title challenge, title race to Arteta. And he's just going to win one and no. He's been like, nah, I saw what happened, and you guys have seen this happen, Liverpool fans. Pep won 2, Klopp wins 1. What does Pep do? Okay, now I got to win 3. If Arteta wins 1, Pep's going to be like, nah, I got to win another 2. Nah, it's not working that way. So y'all need to really think about this. Y'all need to break this down. DC was right. The fact that we didn't repeat the trouble this year should prove how very rare and special and incredible a trouble actually is. But we're still hungry for one. We're still fighting for a double. And this is a chance at actual history too, because no one has won back-to-back doubles. Shout out to my man Drake. He's in it right now. Tough times. But this back-to-back league and FA, we've never seen it. Pep's about to do this. Jay shouting out facts, my guy. Blue Heart goes, shh. No, not the 1, 2, 3, 4 Pete. We need this. We need this for world football. We need this for English football. When you really think about it, and I'm making sense here. I'm making sense. And if you don't see it, you need to clear your head. You need to get away from all of the distractions, get away from all of the nonsense, the Twitter X, the YouTube, some of the content. You need to cleanse. You need to have a cleanse. And then think about what this summer would be like if Arsenal win the league. What will this summer be like if City win the league? I think there's more peace. I think there's more harmony. I think there's more enjoy what this season was, 3-horse race, and now move on to the next. I think there's more of a fresh start with regards to next season, and now let's all compete and try to win versus a constant reminder, a in your face, a nah, I told you so, that we'll see from Arsenal. Think about it. That's all I'm going to say on that. Let me go to the comments. Dre P goes, everything that this City team has been doing is special. If you see the records that this team continues to rack up, it's incredible. Dre P, I'm in agreement with you, but these records I also want to kind of keep a little quiet because you know how the pressure kind of mounts, like undefeated streak, home streak, things like that. I'm just like, whoo. So you often see me on the Twitter X app, and when I see some of those stats and I gotta share it, I'm like this. I'm like, let's move in silence. Let's move in silence. Dre P goes, the 4-Pete is for Fergie. Listen, we need it. We need it. United Ops. All United Ops. You know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying is true. We need this. We need to quiet them. We need to quiet that arrogant bunch, made our childhoods, for some of you early adulthoods. We need to make all of that mute it. Not only are the United snails back in their shells, they're running for the caves. I know snails don't run. Nah, I got you. I like that. I like that play on words. They are, and they need to hide. They need to hide it out. They need to just chill. This 4-Pete is important. This 4-Pete needs to happen, and the sooner that it happens, I think the sooner Pep leaves. You ops all want that. The sooner this 4-Pete happens, all United fans remain quiet. The sooner this 4-Pete happens, all Arsenal remain quiet. And then they just focus on next season. We know Arsenal, you know you're going to be there next year. You know that. And it's probably going to be an easier challenge next season because, listen, I'm going to be a fat cat. All City fans, players are going to be like, oh, we won it again. We're not going to be as hungry, as motivated. It's going to be more beneficial to you, Arsenal. We know Liverpool probably won't be in the mix. Their manager's going. Mike Daz goes, City need the 4-Pete to ruin the integrity of the Prem. Go get that 4-Pete. Ruin the integrity. See, this Mike guy, DC, everybody in the chat, I think he's talking about, if a fourth is one, it kind of makes it seem like a farmers league. This is where I disagree. Because these 4-Pete wins weren't easy. They weren't comfortable. They weren't routine. They were fights. They were absolute fights. They were a fight last season. Let's not forget. The pursuit on the 3-Pete was a fight. It went late versus Arsenal. Now, yeah, Arsenal fell off, but for 93% of the league of the season, 93% of the season, Arsenal were winning that league. That was not easy. The season before that went down to the wire. Everybody knows on that. Thank you for Ilkay Gundogan with that comeback. Huge. I still close my eyes. I see KDB, that pass. I see Sterling popping that off with that pass. Much needed. We needed that. These were fights. These weren't easy. The integrity of the league is still there. Still tremendous. Tremendous opportunity to be able to do this 4-Pete. And when you look at the quality of the clubs, and when you look at the managers, the fight, don't do this, Mike. Don't do this. There's no integrity loss here. Dre P goes, did you hear Simon Jordan on TalkSport admit that the FFP rules is, in his opinion, was brought in to keep ambitious clubs with owners out of the top? What about a turn? This guy's a clown, JP. Absolute clown. I did hear it. And I think it was one of like the shortened video clips that get posted on YouTube, or someone might have shared it on the Twitter X. I'm not sure, but I saw that. I'm like, for all of the antagonizing comments, for all of the ways that he would spin it and make City look like the bad guys, and make all City fans that talk about the red cartel and what it meant and what FFP was designed to do. Now he's turned it around. He's a clown, and he's getting a brown envelope from somebody, because this flip is absolutely ridiculous. How was he so adamant for years and years and years and years, and now he's turned it all around? We've been saying it. But is he going to give credit to the City fans or those that opposed his point of view with regards to FFP? No, he's going to act like, oh, I've now realized this and now I'm right with this. Let me not go with how he speaks. Blue Heart, if we get this 4P, then we can go full spoiled brat mode to the rival fans. Trey P, I cannot agree nor disagree with that point of view, but I will have to wait and see. I myself, I don't know if I'm going to be at that wavelength yet. I think most it's going to be like the Trouble. When we won the Trouble, I was just like, holy crap, this happened. And the whole summer kind of felt that way. I don't know if I'm going to be flipping it on the rivals just yet. Maybe if they talk crazy. Like I said, I'm more like Denzel in Equalizer. You know what I mean? I'm just minding my own business. I'm in a coffee shop, or you know what I mean? I'm just grocery store, I'm doing my thing. I'm just minding my own business. You bump me, you don't share the sidewalk, okay, then I gotta get back at you. You start talking crazy about my club, then I gotta get back at you. So I don't think I'm gonna be throwing this 4P in anyone's faces, but just relax. Relax and know who you're talking to. I'm thinking James Brown and the big payback. Yeah, I hear you. JP, LLB Hurt. I don't gloat or anything. I just move classy and calm. It's in our nature, JP. It's definitely in our nature to move classy, move calm. I mean, we're not quite in your face. We don't really do things like that. Now, let me also say, I want to remind everyone, if you haven't, and the support's been tremendous. I got 90 of you guys interacting with me right now. You're watching. If you haven't hit that like button, let's make this one of my record videos. Hit that like button. Just hit the like button. Record likes. Also, comment if you're watching this on a rerun. You're playing it back. You're catching it. You weren't able to catch it live. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. This is episode 101. I've been talking about every single topic, and I know I need to do a better job with my time stamping. But if you happen to hover over the time, you can see when the transition kind of kicks in. You can see where my 5-minute marker moves, and you can know where the topics are. All right. I think that is a great way for you to be able to kind of keep track and see where I am with regards to the conversation. But when it comes down to supporting this channel, my 500 subs have been tremendous. I've exceeded that. I think last I checked was 505. So let's keep it going. It's been a great couple of weeks. My next show is actually going to be tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm going to deal with the 115. Tomorrow is the 115. Hopefully you catch that thumbnail. Blue Heart goes, Mike is thinking so deep, he'll have to watch out for that. Listen, Mike, we're gonna have a serious conversation, and we're gonna line up availability so that there's no possible mishaps. We'll be there. We'll have it. And it's gonna be civil. It's gonna be proper. Intellectual. Nothing, no nonsense. DC goes spot on, Vader. The title races the past 3 seasons were tight. Farmers League rhetoric deliberately discredits City's amazing run and the perseverance. 100%. DC also, another thing is, and this is where I don't like the lazy review. I don't like someone just going and looking at, oh, who's won the league the last whatever so many years. Don't be lazy like that. Don't be surface level. Look to see what those battles were. Same thing goes. Even when you go back and look at some of the fights that United had back in the day when it was between them and Arsenal, or them and Chelsea. Go back and see how tight the fights were. That's what you look at. These weren't walk in the parks. These were battles. These These title chases resulted in PTSD, scars. Closely look at Mike. He's got scars. He's got scars from the fights. He's got battle lashes. These have been epic battles, not easy, all nice and butterflies and rainbows and colored nice blue skies. No, these were battles. And we were able to win 3. We're trying to win 4. Arsenal are not making it easy. We might have to win the 4 remaining games. 4 remaining games for a 4-peat. Poetic. Beyond Belief goes, the 4-peat makes it 10 top-flight English titles for City. We're closing in on the Red Cartel, and they're flapping. The Red Cartel, Arsenal in particular, they love the History Channel. I thought Liverpool fans were all about History Channel. Obviously, they switched that up when Klopp made them more present, relevant. And I'm talking like presently. And then you had United that kind of, after Sir Alex Ferguson, then they wanted to bring back more of the History Channel, Man Museum. They wanted to do their whole thing. Chelsea are getting in that vein right now because of how they've been speaking, but they got the Champions League that is recent. But Arsenal, they've been holding the 13 titles over our heads. 13 titles over our heads. I don't know. Go back and see how many Prems that is. Is it 3 Prems? Pep has the potential to give us 6 Prems. Pellegrini gave us 1. Mancini gave us 1. And we had 2 league titles before that. 10 will be so nice of a number. I can already see some amazing interior shirt designs with the 10. I can already see some of like on this day 10 years ago. Ooh. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Blue Heart, Simon Jordan is a City hater. He's never known success. Simon's a clown. When I talk about there's some gestures of some clowns out there. I can see how he probably takes his notes and crafts his conversations, crafts his point of view. He's absolute trash. DC. Monthly anti-City pundits are pissing their slippers right now. They're stressed. They're stressed because another thing too is the rhetoric around FFP, sustainability, or profit sustainability, all that stuff. They're looking like idiots. They're looking like hypocrites because they can't comfortably look at this, even this incoming rule, and see anything different than what it is. So, and Simon Jordan in particular, when he speaks, listen, I don't listen to him often, but those clips that kind of get shared around, I listen to whether he's speaking as a former owner or whether he's speaking as a what's good for the sport. Notice his bias when he speaks of a former owner. Notice how that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Beyond Belief. Blue Heart, he's Daniel Levy's best chum. It's to be expected. Facts. Now, I want to say thank you to everyone in the comments. I've exceeded my 115. I didn't want this video to exceed 150 minutes. We're at 116, but I did have a little bit of an intro. So in terms of me speaking, I'm going to be close to the 115. But the interaction, we're almost at 100 of you watching, interacting right now. Listen, if I'm not seeing those likes on YouTube, y'all ain't messing with me the way y'all messing with me. We got to switch that up. Now, I want to point out, DC, she goes, history and heritage merchants love to bang on about their old titles, but tell us to stop talking about last year's trouble because it's old news. Can someone make it make sense? They don't want to hear it from us. It's plain and simple. They never wanted us at the party. They never wanted us to get an invite. They never wanted us to be popular. They never wanted us to any of that. They wanted us to remain that awkward, uninvited, unpopular, uncool. They didn't want that. They didn't want to see us blossom, DC. See, Sean C, Blue Heart, they didn't want to see us grow. They didn't want to see us make it. So now when we talk about it, they want to tell us to shut up. They never wanted us there. And we're here. We ain't going nowhere. Arsenal, like United, are the typical "Do you know who we are?" If they walk in the room, they think everyone should bow. Yeah, I love it. It's actually ridiculous. And this is where the humbleness they think is kind of fake, but it's how we are. It's how we are. We're just like that. And if you want to say it's new success, no, it's just being brought up right. All right. And we know that these are cycles. No one's moving crazy thinking that this is going to remain forever. But I want to show love. I want to keep this on the 115. I think I spoke to 100. Spoke for 150 minutes despite the little bit of intro. Everyone in the mix, the interaction's been tremendous. DC, Blue Heart, Sean C. I'm going back beyond belief. Dre P, of course. Mike Dawes, appreciated. Jay, good looking out. StaffyTV, all listen. The supports have been amazing. Stark in the building. Shades Blue. Hamza, Shampoo, my man, good looking out. Big up Vader, good looking out. And kid successor, and I'm gonna go back. Marvin's, I'm gonna find that out and get you unblocked. I don't know why that's happened on this channel, but the tremendous, tremendous support. Um, everyone that's been in the mix. Wait, what? I missed this comment. What are you talking about, X? Holland stifles City just like how Salah stifles Liverpool. Don't agree with that. Will be a conversation. Will be a conversation. Maybe we'll address it a little bit on the why is City Pep's football boring. But don't miss my next show, and I'm going to put that on screen so you guys can be a part of it and you can see the future topics that are going to be coming this way. My next show, it will not be 5 minutes, it will be 50 minutes. One question, 15 minutes. We're going to talk about Pep. We're going to talk about Pep, what Pep's done, how he's designed things. And after we've done that topic, you, the audience, those of you in the chat, those of you that have subscribed, you can decide on the next topic. You can decide on the next question that gets answered. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV, episode 101. This is the newest episode. City win versus Nottingham Forest. I'm not going to say business as usual, but it was expected when you saw the result of what Arsenal were able to do. Liverpool have fallen off. They've given up. They're looking at next season already. Talking about managers and potential signings and sellings. Haaland showing his class again. 9 minutes. 9 minutes is all that he needed. Salah complaining, arguing, getting on that pitch with 11 minutes in the game. Well, if you're a danger, if you're dangerous like Haaland, that's all you need. That's all you need to have an impact. Haaland only need 9 minutes, and we talked about Arsenal remain on top. We've got one game in hand. We play against. We got a big game. We got a big game. We have a big game next week, and it's going. Is it going to be a short week next week? Let me do this. Hold on. No. We play Wolves. Yeah. Sorry, we play Wolves on Saturday. Then we play Fulham on Saturday. But the Tuesday, short turnaround. 3 days later, we play Spurs. So it's not this weekend. It's coming out of next weekend. So we'll talk about all of that. I want you all to continue to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, share this with others that happen to be City fans or happen to be ops, and you want them to have a different perspective. Here's something different for me. It's just me. That's all I do. And why always me? You know where the inspiration came from. Whether you're a City fan or not, why always me? You know where that came from. So I'm Vader Games. Love is always. Thank you to everyone in the comments and the subs. I'm Vader Games. I'm gonna shut this down. Before I do, let me show some respect. Let me show some respect to an op that actually took time. I know he's on Twitter X. Let me show some respect to my man, PM. Forgetting your game already? Forgetting my game? What do you mean forgetting my game? I'm not forgetting my game. I knew I had my game against Wolves, but I wasn't sure who I had after Wolves. PM, don't do this. Don't do this. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you, PM. There's no pressure. There's no pressure. But hey, mad love. I'm Vader Games. Vader Games TV. Why always me? Next episode will be Vader Games TV 115. One question, 50 minutes. I'm out. Love to everyone. Blue Heart. Good looking out. And do what my man said. Invest early. Get this channel up. Let's get to a 1K subs. That's the next goal. That's the next target. And I'm out. Much love.